the easier I make it for myself, the harder other things become for me. So, I've come to learn that there's a give or take for a lot of things that you tend to do in life. Like to make it easier is to make yourself softer and lack the ability to be able to handle the struggles like you would be able to if you had to get things from the mud. Now, I was thinking about this. Like if you had to put your money on if you had to put your money on the kid that had everything paid for them, like they never had to really work a hard day in their life. So all they had to do was ask mommy, ask daddy, ask uncle, ask auntie. They had that person that would always supply them with any demand that they would need. And you put them up against that person that has to go and literally had to work, had to figure it out, had to work it out themselves, always had to put in that time and energy. And you put those two in the ring, who do you think's gonna win? Now, granted that the person that could easily get all the gadgets and all that stuff is like possibly going to be the most likely one to be wanting to win the match. It's probably going to be favoritism over that because, well, look at them. They're coming from a very astute family line. Look at all this money. Look at all this, that, this, blah, that. But at the end of the day, what life requires from a lot of people is being able to do the things that others aren't able to do. For the fact that somebody that can ask for things and get things done like this, well, I would never need to do this. I could never do this. Or depending on how because I'm not really thinking about how the psychoanalyzation of how they might have been brought up, but we're just going to talk about from the standpoint of they got everything that they ever asked for, never had to work a single day in their life. They're emotionally regulated. Nobody ever made them feel any different compared to somebody where they always had to fight for everything, had no sense of self, and always had to do whatever it took to get to wherever they wanted to be. There's the one that asks and gets, and there's the one that just gets. So I'm putting the money on the person that fought for everything because they know what it takes. They're willing to do. They're willing to go through the long nights, to take the gambles. They're willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means eliminating competition. While those that get everything handed to them, well, you seem strong, but wait until adversity comes, which is why I don't really complain when I have to do stuff like this, because it's like, I've been through some more shit. And I love working out, not necessarily. I think what I really love about working out is the pain that I get. I love to be able to feel my body and feel something. And if I'm not feeling anything, I'm gonna start doing something stupid. I'm gonna start hitting my fucking fist against shit. I'm gonna hit my head against shit. I'm just gonna start walking, start smoking. I guess that's where I get to the substance abuse kind of mindset of I need to feel something because 9 times out of 10 I feel nothing. It's just like at some point I get sick of feeling nothing. At some point I get sick of feeling too much. At some point I just get sick of being sick of being sick of being sick. So I'm just like, I'm gonna sleep and stay away. I'm grateful to be aware that I am mad. I'm grateful to be aware that I have the mindset that I have to be able to find because I remember I had one of these bosses where I swear I've learned this throughout experiences and experiences. People just love to be upset. Some people do, some people don't. And like I generally don't like to be upset, but at the same time, I feel as if some things I just process them a little bit differently. But because I'm aware of that, I don't lash out like some other people would with the mindset that I have. So therefore, I had one boss doing asphalt and seal coating. I'll tell you what, when I first got into that job, I was fucking terrified. I absolutely hated it. Anxiety was going up the ass. But the main reason and the thing that drove me to do that job was I needed to make $7,000 to pay for a green card that I am only, what was I when I was doing that job? Fucking 18 years old. You look at me. Does there look like there's anything wrong with me? Look at me. Does it look like there's anything wrong with me? What's this line on my chest exactly? You can't see exactly what is wrong with me because, well, it's a physical blindness you can't see unless you know, and it's illegal to go through my medical paperwork without my approval, supposedly they say. It's confusing to me how the officers can look up my name and figure out who has warrants for me, but the doctors have to ask me all these questions and be like, who are you exactly? So you're telling me you guys will team up to jail me, but you won't team up to heal me? Okay, it is what it is. Or it is what we allow it to be. Either way, I don't agree with a lot of things that goes on, but I just started playing the game. I didn't create the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. The game was here long before me. It'll be here long after me. Possibly. Probably. Always played differently. Never. Always played differently in each incarnation. I don't remember how I played it last time, but this time is fucking absolutely boring the shit out of me. I can't believe they even allow these things to happen. Well, I can only govern me. They tried to govern me, but well, I can't even always govern me. So why the hell are you trying to tell me how to be, what to be? I think freely. So I believe. Collectively, they get mad at me until they realize I'm not trying to play your stupid game. It always bothers me because I want to be financially free, but to be financially free is to also continue to partake in the rat race because what's the value of the dollar? The values of a lot of things that we choose, the value is the value that we give it, and I don't value a lot of things, so therefore, I only need as much as I need. I don't really need all that much, which is why I'm not greedy, which is why I don't have as much I don't have the competitive edge that I did when I was younger. I still want to be fit, but I don't want to be fit for the same reason you do. I want to be fit because I want to feel something. I want to be fit because I hate how the fuck I feel fat. I want to be fit because I don't like not being able to fit in tight spaces. I want to be fit because I want to be able to, wow. In my mind, I'm aware. I never know when I'm going to have to fight you. I never know when I'm going to have to run away from you. I never know when my car's going to break down. I'm going to have to walk 6-7 miles. I never know when I'm going to need to use my physicality. But I'd rather be ready to be able to use it compared to... And I could still see my car and I'm breathing heavily. Like, holy shit, I've never walked a day in my life aside from the fridge and the bathroom. This is bothering me. You know? Some people never have to struggle in their life, and I've had a life full of struggle. So therefore, I stay fit because I know that shit can happen to me. But is it bad or is it a learning experience? It all depends on where you put it mentally. And I say I've had a lot of learning experiences. Bad, my brain typically washes that away from me. I don't even remember half the bad shit that's happened. But I have had a lot of interesting things. And you ain't gotta believe me. I just do what I gotta do. You can get mad at me, but remember, hate the game, not the player. I'd play a lot differently if you guys allowed me to, but I gotta play how I gotta play. And it's, well, I tried to call for help, but then I realized help's an internal job, just like everything else, like joy, happiness, and peace. I was trying to look for all that outside just to figure out, oh shit, I got all that shit at home. But where is home? Where the heart is? Feeling like I'm heartless, but like my body, that's where my heart is, supposedly, because if I didn't have a heart, then how the fuck would I breathe? How the fuck would I be? How the hell? Metaphorically and literally. I'm told a lot of things I've come to realize aren't truths anymore, so what really does pump inside of my chest? They say it's a heart, but they've told me a lot of things that haven't always been true. So therefore, I always gotta check them, they, it, whoever. When money can determine what the truth is, it's hard to figure out what really isn't. So I believe there's 3 worlds. There's what I see, there's what you see, and then there's reality. For the fact that I have different lenses than you, for the fact that I have different channels than you, for the fact that I'm also aware of it. One person's madman is another person's I love you. One person's I can't fucking stand it is another person's I'm very thankful for you. One person's wow, what the hell are you thinking is another person's great idea. I love this person. Location, 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 location. It's the biggest problem. Also, falling under the stigma that everybody's watching you. Everybody's watching you when in reality, they might be, but it doesn't mean they're going to do anything. As well as they probably not watching you, or they're just looking in your direction, or they're just waiting for you to fail when it turns out you weren't meant to, or maybe you were meant to fail because you were meant to be successful somewhere else. Either way, like, they're watching you, but 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do shit. They're just going to be like, we're going to congratulate you if you make it, but we're also going to call you stupid if you fail. We're just waiting to pick a side, but right now we're just, we'll do something. Sometimes, like I said, they're watching, but not really. I don't know. I definitely do have a staring problem. I guess when I was younger, the way that people used to speak to me, I'm just like, I'm not an idiot. I don't have a staring problem. I'm not this. I'm not that. And it's just like, oh. You guys just aren't using the right terminology. Because now that I'm more educated with myself and I'm well aware of other things that other people aren't aware of, or just more aware, I'm able to say, oh, now I get what you mean. Like, no, I'm not crazy, but like, autistic, maybe. Definitely something mentally. Impatient? Well, no. It's just general anxiety. Stupid? Nah, it's just bad memory, trauma, excuses if you want that to be it. But no, I'm just telling you I'm doing my best, and sometimes I do forget. I am only human, but I can become robotic. Don't ask for the robot and ask for emotions too, because if I become robotic, then I could give a fuck less about me and I give a fuck less about you. I will leave before you even remember who I am. Or before you forget. Either way, use your words however you want to. I use mine how I want to. I try to unify. Well, you seem to want to divide. So I figure, well, Mr. Divider, let me divide you and I. Or Miss Divider, I don't give a fuck. Anybody can be shit. And anybody can be gold. If you were ever a kid, you can also be a goat. It's one of my favorite lines I thought of. Or maybe stole from somebody else. I don't know. I say it like that because I do realize I spend a lot of time on social media as well as listening to music and this and that. And I do realize a lot of who I am is just snippets of other people and other characteristics and blah, this and blah, that. And it's just like, I am a collage. That's who I am. I am not one. I am just a collection of many. I just look like one. That's what the madman would say. So I'm almost done pumping. Like, this is definitely, whew, I've had worse weather to do this, and that's why I'm gonna actually get it to the what's supposed to be. But I got work roughly about a coworker wants me to get there a little bit earlier, so she gets her second job. So roughly about 8:30. I still plan on going to the gym and just hitting a leg day. Still got my push-ups to do. I can stay busy. I didn't really have a point of making this video. It's just I refused to argue, to continue to stay confused. I would like to delegate. I would like to debate. I would like to inform. I would like to be able to know that there's an end to this, but I'm also aware. Some people want to watch the world burn. Some people want to set the world on fire for greatness. And some people, well, they want to set the fire, but they forgot they're the one that did it. So now that they're mad that the world is burning, but can't you see the matches inside your hand? I see, because I can be accountable for my actions. I'm responsible, but not everybody is, and it's hard for me to expect me from others. So I don't. Speak however you want to, but I shall too. Now, rather we can add or divide, well, that's really up to us, but more or less it's up to you, because I'm willing to add with a lot of people, but ego gets in the way, childhood gets in the way, trauma gets in the way. Oh, maybe I get in the way. When there's so many variables, I know it's more than what I think it is. Sometimes it was simpler than I thought. But if I am to know, I am to know. If I'm not to know, I'm not to know. But I refuse to be upset either way. I shall enjoy myself, no matter what. One person's struggles is another person's blessings. I used to use a hand pump on this shittier car. It's a beautiful car. And I get a pump in. How the fuck am I gonna be upset? And it's warm outside. My hands aren't frozen. Shit, if I didn't have to go to work, I could kick the soccer ball around right now, but I got to conserve energy. That's enough pumping. But thank you for listening to my madness. Remember, you have options. Now, why did you choose this headache? Why did you choose this person? I've come to learn some people will show you who they are from the start, and some people will show you who they are in snippets. Pay very close attention because, well, you don't have to spend years to realize that they're a shitty person. But you might neglect that they're shitty until later on in time. And I've done that a lot. I heard what you said from the beginning, but I thought it was a joke because I joke aggressively. But some people say things jokingly when they mean it aggressively. Or maybe they just use the guise of a joke to make sure you don't realize that they just want to see your demise. They just don't care about you. But, you know, a lot of us are versatile in life. I can speak both in honesty and lies. I just don't like speaking the other way. But, hey, if it keeps me safe, then I guess I got to do what I got to do because hate the game. I didn't create how to play, and I play it differently, but I still got to play a certain way. That way I can make it to another day. Because if I spoke open and honestly how I used to want it to be, I would have been murdered way before I made it to 26. Supposedly. Either way, I'm getting my shit together for the gym. Gonna relax a little bit and just enjoy what I can. Because it can be worse. I've had it worse. And I'm glad it's not.